Awesome. So this is Chris and Cara here for Heavy Mag, sitting down with Chris from The Living End.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
So last time I spoke to you was a month or two ago before the Monday Bash.
Yeah.
You were damn tight-lipped about this.
Was I?
You were.
I
Didn't
was
even
embargoed at that
mention
point, wasn't
it.
it?
Yep.
He doesn't trust you, Cara.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't trust you to tell you.
I know, I thought we
I'm
had good
not generally-
rapport.
Yeah, I'm not generally very good with secrets either, but yeah, no, I'm stoked to be here. It's
Huge.
So great. We only just got here then, and it was like going back in time, almost arriving at Big Day Out or something, because there isn't many of these types of festivals with 2,000 bands anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really excited. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, very good. And what have you been up to since Monday Bash?
Lots of writing, which I think we were doing when we saw you last. We've been chipping away at a record for the better part of a year, really.
Yeah.
Just doing bits of recording here and there, and so we've just got a lot of different sort of songs and ideas have been thrown around. We've done a few shows, not a great deal. It's all kind of been leading up to this, and I think next year is going to get, hopefully pretty crazy busy for us with the new record coming out and everything. So yeah, it's sort of been relatively quiet.
Jeez,
Which can be good. Can be
That's
good
great, not great
sometimes.
for an interview.
And I think one thing about you guys that people don't appreciate as much as they should is your diversity. You know, like we saw you at Monday Bash. You went out on Rock the Boat cruise.
Yeah.
Now you're here at Good Things Festival. They're all different demographics and different styles, but you guys take centre place at all of them, bro. Like that's got to feel good. The fact that you can cross over so much like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good thing. I mean, I get, no pun intended. I think we always wanted to have that appeal, but it's almost like we had to when we first started out, when we were like just out of high school. There was only a little scene that we played in Melbourne, like as far as the rockabilly blues kind of roots scene. But we wanted to be on Triple J. We wanted to break into playing the Big Day Out and even playing like with just more diverse kind of bands at different pubs and things, and not just in that rockabilly scene. So from the word go, we kind of diversified our sound and our influences. But we always said, we were as much into Iron Maiden as we were Buddy Holly and the Crickets. So we figured, well, why can't we do it all?
Yeah.
So we've always tried to be one of those bands who, it's a very un-punk rock thing to say that you want to appeal to a wide audience, but we did.
Yeah.
And then rookies go.
And that's the thing, and I think we've just soaked up all those influences, and so we can play something like this, we can play Rock the Boat, we can play a Red Hot Summer, we can play, we've played with every style of band there is into every audience, and most audiences, bar a few, have found something that they like in the band, because it's based in, the roots of rock and roll.
And it's visual as well too. The visual aspect. You can't go past the visual aspect of you guys as well.
There's a classic sort of thing about it that you just don't see every day, I suppose, with the double bass and the three-piece setup. So we've always stood out from the bunch, and as much as that was a hindrance in high school, because no one would take any notice. When we became successful, it kind of it was one thing that made us stand out even more.
And do you have to do you tailor different set lists towards different festivals, or do you just put all your bangers in there and?
Yeah, I mean, for something like today, it's 45 minutes. It's kind of, by the time we sort of finish starting, we'll be starting to finish.
Exactly.
It's just on and then off. So there's no point with this audience going, oh, we're going to play. The B-side off the third single off our fourth record that was only released in Japan. We're not here to do that. We're here to kind of just hopefully bring the party, and so it's going to be a set of bangers.
No mash.
We don't have any ballads, but there wouldn't be any
Straight up
time.
bangers. Yeah. But that's cool. I think I remember when we were speaking last, you mentioned that you kind of felt like you'd get bottled almost, like playing your music, like back in like SB days. And now here you are at like a heavy music festival, just like fucking let's ride.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it is quite strange, because before we became an original band, we were very much a cover band, because we not because we wanted to be a cover band, because we didn't know how to write our own songs. We just started like every band does. We started piecing a few things together, and they were terrible tunes, but so we would do gigs every single weekend at like almost like country club kind of gigs where people would get on the dance floor and do the old sort of swing dancing and, you know, twirling the partner and all that sort of thing. And so we were very kind of Goal 104, I suppose, at that point. But we had this other side to us. We knew where we wanted to go. So, yeah, we never really got bottled off, but we definitely, it was when we played to younger crowds, you know, because we played to a lot of older people like, that would go to those sorts of gigs and dances and things, and we'd be the entertainment for the night. And then when we started playing to younger crowds, they'd always sit there like this, like, what that? They just didn't get it, because everyone else was like Nirvana and Guns N' Roses and Pantera, and then you've got these three guys up there. So they didn't get it, and they just didn't particularly like it. It was only when from here on in got played on Triple J that we started to cross over, and people went, oh, actually I like them because they're different.
And how would you compare those like prime golden big day out days to something like Good Things, a modern day festival, if you like?
Well, I haven't played yet, so we'll see.
True.
But I tell you what, it used to get pretty rowdy at those. You know, if we go back to the first one we did was '99. It was just after our first record came out, and it was just enormous. You know, it was, I just kept thinking, I'm so glad that I'm not in the audience. It was crazy. Whether it's like that now, I don't know. I don't know what the demographic is out there, but I'm hoping that it's, you know, people are gonna get loose. That's what it's all about.
Afternoon loose is always good.
You know, people used to come to the big day outs and stuff and kind of use that as their excuse to kind of, you know, let loose on all the frustrations in life. And I don't think that ever leaves you. It never leaves you, even when you get older. So we'll see what happens.
And the other good thing about this one too, like there's a lot of Australian bands playing on this one today. Like it's, for someone like yourself that's been in the industry for a long time, like to come here and see 6, 7 Australian bands as well, like it shows the strength of Australian music, and it shows that it's been recognised.
Well, as it should be.
As it should be,
It's we've always had a strong market here, haven't we? Going back to, you can go back to Johnny O'Keefe or the Bee Gees and the Easy Beats, and then the 70s was obviously incredible. AC/DC, Rose Tattoo, Dragon, Air Supply, Sherbet, you know, and then In Excess and Chisel and Midnight Oil. It's like, we've always had the best music here. Always. So there's no reason that there shouldn't be a ton of Aussie bands on, because we keep producing great bands.
And I say this with the utmost respect, mate, but you guys are the elder statesmen, I guess, of Australian rock days. Have been around for a while. So when something like this with the younger Australian bands like Alpha Wolves and Relica, like, do you like get a nurturing sort of fatherly figure, like sort of try and feel like you should shoulder them or help them through, or do you just go, let kids be kids and go off and have a fat time?
No, they're not going to.
Not going to listen to you.
What advice can I impart on them? I don't know. None. I mean, they know what they're doing, right? It's really not that. It's not that hard. You just got to get up on stage, blow the roof off the place.
Show them how to do it.
Well, you know, and we're all on our own sort of paths and stuff. So whatever works for us may not work for them. And I don't know. They probably couldn't give a toss about the living end. You know?
The living who?
So I don't know. You know, everyone should be fairly friendly.
They should all be looking
backstage,
up to you. They should be looking up to you guys, mate, because you've done a hell of a lot for Australian music.
Thank you.
Speaking of Aussie legends, you got Rose Tattoo, Baby Animals, and not so Aussie, but ZZ Top. You guys are playing alongside them. What would young Chris have to say about that, if you could tell him? Mate, you're going to be alongside...
You'd say go Bombers.
No, we're not going down that road. We're not going down that road.
It would have been just one of those pinch yourself kind of moments. You know, we had a few of those where early on, like little victories, like getting... when we got our first gig at the ESPY, and then we got our first gig at the Tote, and then we got that first Green Day tour. That was one of them, I suppose, where we just couldn't believe that it was actually happening.
That's massive.
And so playing with bands like ZZ Top, I mean, we're a bit more used to that sort of thing now. We've managed to meet a lot of our heroes and play gigs with them and stuff. It's still cool though, you know, and I still think they'll be really good, and just what they've done, I suppose. 50 years or something they've been playing.
Massive.
And, you know, like Billy Gibbons was friends with Hendrix, and you know, it's just like, it's kind of hard to fathom, but
it is.
So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be great.
If you start growing your beard now too, by the time next year comes around, you might be close.
Well, I might be close, but I don't think so.
Cool. All right, so I know. Do you want to go into the fun questions, or do you want to ask a couple more serious-y sort of ones?
No, just hit me.
Hit with some.
What have you got?
All right,
I've got a gig to play.
Well, actually, I want to ask this one because you guys have just come off the 25th anniversary tour last year for the Prison Society. Like that music was a lot more edgier and in your face than the stuff you're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
But like coming off a tour like that, when you're playing all those songs again, like does that influence your writing for the next album cycle? Like do you sort of start writing like that again because you've just been playing it?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, so I feel we've just done some recording this week, and it's been totally a revelation, really, because it's just like we've just taken the shackles off, and the people that have heard the stuff that we've played are just like, holy shit! Like there it is. That's what you guys do. It's really fast and the most ferocious kind of sounding stuff we've done in years, actually. And I think a lot of it came from revisiting that record and you know, I know how we play on stage, and I know the records we've made, and we've wanted to make more contemporary records with strings and pianos, and you know, you always want to further yourself as a musician. Yep. But now it's like we want to go back to the caveman version of the living end,
Wicked.
Neanderthal rock.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited. Yeah. You know, that was my last question I wanted to hear about.
All right, well, we'll go
mine's
into
going,
fun
yeah,
stuff then, mate. So we've got a couple of different ones. We're going to separate them from internationals to Australians, but let us know which one you want to do. We've got like a slang question round for the international ones, or we got some generic questions for the Aussie ones. So we might do the slang one on you.
Go on.
Give it a trial run and see how it goes. Okay. So what would it mean if I said I was going for a hit and a miss?
Going for a hit and a miss.
I'm going for I'm having a piss.
Oh, okay.
What would it mean if I said you're in froth and bubble?
You're in trouble.
Exactly. How about if I wanted to borrow a pineapple?
50.
Exactly. How about if you're going to hit the frog and toad?
I'm out of here.
Hey, having a Dad and Dave?
Don't know what that one.
Shave.
Okay.
And this one, you're going to go and have a
A
cotton
Dad and
wool.
Dave on the boat race.
That's the one. And we're going to finish off by going for a cotton wool. It means you're going to have a pull.
Okay.
My dad taught me that one. I don't know if it's real or not.
Never takes me long, so.
Fresh for the show.
So yeah, that's about all we've got for you, Chris. But
right.
thanks very much for your time,
Thank
mate.
you.
Pleasure as always.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
We'll be down there watching.